Well, hello, everyone, it's Fancy Deinonychus here, and today we will be doing a verse battle of the man in the suit from the analog horror series by the same name, by Unknowingly versus the Zenless Zone Zero verse made by Hoyoverse. Now, before we talk about scaling, we will be talking about who the man in the suit would fight first. He will be fighting the Cunning Hares, Belobog Heavy Industries, Victoria Housekeeping, New Eridu Public Security, and finally Sons of Caledon in that order. Now let's do some scaling. To start off with the Zenless verse we can use Anton as a baseline for mid-tier and scale up for higher tiers. Anton is able to stop a rampaging heavy machine with his bare hands, no weapons whatsoever. Now this is no easy feat because these machines weigh 40 plus tons, and thus probably higher tiers are equal or higher in terms of strength, or Anton is built different. Now there is one more thing that someone on Reddit helped me with, so if this is incorrect, please let me know, so take this with a grain of salt, and this is summarized a lot. The man in the suit has ungodly regeneration and the ability to corrupt others, similar to Ethereal's in ZZZ. He compares to the dead-end Butcher, who can regenerate using etheric matter but is vulnerable to explosions. Nineveh, the game's current final boss, has multiple cores and strong regenerative abilities, but isn't seen as an insurmountable threat. Characters like Victoria Housekeeping and Von Lycan are powerful and skilled, capable of dealing with such threats effectively. Now let's get on to the man in the suit. Theo, start. The man in the suit has superhuman speed, being 2x faster than Usain Bolt, and can top out at 70 kilometers per hour. And his strength is not as strong as Anton, but if we scale it from Show Godzilla, the man in the suit can lift at least 10x his weight bare minimum, and counting the fact that his durability is at least bomb level. Because the man inside the Godzilla suit exploded at the same force of a grenade, and the suit didn't take any damage. And it's probably more, and the man in the suit has insane regeneration, able to regenerate his head in a few seconds. So yeah, the man in the suit scaling-wise is cooked, microwaved, deep-fried, roasted, smoked, boiled, and baked, but let's take this by a logic perspective. The man in the suit has one power I want to touch on, it's his unlimited growth. According to Elisa, the man in the Gajira suit's mutation knows no bounds. Upon removal from his suit, he grew to a towering 10 feet tall. It is speculated that he could potentially reach the colossal size of actual Godzillas, implying that other infected suit actors may also undergo similar growth. And if we take this to a hypothetical scenario, he could adapt to attacks and be resistant, or it doesn't work after he's been attacked like Shin Godzilla or Maharaga. Now let's actually get in the fight. Now let's start with the Cunning Hares. Okay, let me explain why ambi-electric attacks won't do a lot of damage due to the thickness of the suit, and the suit material is not a conductor, so electricity will not do much damage. Next is Billy, and his guns won't do enough damage to put the man in the suit down, and the man in the suit will just use his acid breath to destroy Billy, and Ambi will low to no difficulty. Only problem is the ZZZ character's agility. Same will go to Nicole. The man in the suit will just maul her to death. The ether corruption may cause a little bit of trouble, like making holes and burns in the suit, or even causing him deep wounds, but he would regenerate it, so with Nicole will be low to mid difficulty. Next up is Nicomeda, and the man in the suit, negative difficulty for Nicomeda, and yes, I know she is a fan favorite, but Nicomeda is a close-range fast fight, and she would be in range for the man in the suit to grab her and crush her head with ease. Next up is Belobog, and there's really two characters that can stand a chance. Let's get the two characters that will be folded, and that is Grace and Kalita. Both Grace bombs won't do enough damage fast enough, and like with Ambi, the electric attacks won't do much. Kalita, although, will burn the man in the suit, because Godzilla suits are very flammable, she will be folded like Nicometa. Next is Anton, and the man in the suit will have the most trouble so far because of Anton's strength and drill that can damage the man in the suit, then electrocuting him, but not killing him due to his regenerate ability, so the man in the suit will win mid-difficulty. Next is Ben, and this video will sum it up. The average grizzly bear bite force is enough to break through human bones with ease, and the man in the suit has doubled it, but Ben never used his jaws in battle, but he would use his weapon would crash the man in the suit's skull open, turning his head into a puddle of blood, but her would regenerate, so the man in the suit would win high difficulty. Next is Victoria Housekeeping Services. Our first character, which I'll think would do better than Ben, is Corrin unironically, and it is because of her weapon being a saw, and we saw in one of the TMNTS videos that saws are particularly effective to cut the suit. But there is one minor problem, and that is Corrin is an absolute scaredy cat. She would like cry or scream when she sees the man in the suit for the first time. So I'll think it would be our first, but not last 50-50. Next up is Rena, and this would be different than any electric characters you see. Rena electric attacks have more properties in common with lightning than electricity, more specifically plasma, and Rena stays at a range. So if the man in the suit gets hit by one of these attacks, he would more likely be killed, or very close to death. So to kill the man in the suit, you need a strong one-shot attack, and he will be looking like this after the attack. Next is Ellen, and her frost attacks will actually do lots of damage, and will cause cryogenic burns slowly down, or even stopping the man in the suit. Regan, and Ellen is the fastest character in the game so far, and would be on par or faster than the man in the suit, and her scissors will cut the suit. So it's again another 50-50. If Ellen keeps freezing the man in the suit, she would win, but with the man in the suit gets a hold of Ellen, it's game over. Next is Lycan, and I got lazy here, and for the sake of my sanity, and after skimming over some information, the man in the suit would win high difficulty because Lycan metal legs, and the man in the suit would use his acid to kill him. Next is Zhu Yuan and Qing.
Moraga! Help! Help! Help me! Help! Help me! Moraga!
For this matchup, we will be doing a little bit different, where I'll be discussing both characters very briefly, and then how they will do together against the man in the suit. Let's start with Qingyi. She is fast, and is a machine, making her more durable than most characters, and her fast rapid pace attacks can cause damage to the man in the suit, and possibly causing electric shocks, but the man in the suit could use his acid and claws so alone mid-difficulty. Next is Zhu Yuan, and she would win extreme difficulty. Zhu Yuan has very high battle IQ, and she holds a shotgun-like weapon. Now I couldn't find which exact weapon that Zhu Yuan uses, but it's similar to a shotgun, and shotguns are effective against the man in the suit in close quarters. And the ether corruption could cause more problems, like slowing down regeneration. So together we know Zhu Yuan and Qingyi make a good team, and could win against the man in the suit with hard difficulty. Next is Jane Doe and Seth, and again, like Nikomata, they are cooked both mid and close-ranged fighters that will just get into attack range of the man in the suit. It's like a two toddlers with sticks versus a pit bull named Princess Buttercup Sparklers. Next and finally is Sons of Caledon. Let's start with Lucy, and her explosives would do minor damage because the suit tanked a bomb attack from the inside, and the suit would be set on fire, but no biggie, just a scratch.
Now stand aside, worthy adversary.
'Tis but a scratch.
A scratch? Your arm's off.
No, it isn't.
But what's that then?
I've heard worse.
You liar!
Come on, you pansy.
Next is Piper, and same goes for her, so man in the suit will mid-diff. Now for Bernice, and this character is not released yet, but I can speculate Bernice has two flamethrowers that again burn the suit, and will prevent regeneration for a few minutes, but the man in the suit will maul her if she gets too close, and the acid breath, so man in the suit will win high difficulty. Next and finally King Caesar, and she would likely be a 50-50 again. Caesar has a shield that can be used to protect her from blows from the man in the suit, and her sword could penetrate the suit deep and cause damage, but the man in the suit will keep going. So in conclusion, the man in the suit would pass the entire verse and would win with extreme difficulty, and would stop at Ben if he didn't have his insane regeneration skills. So if you enjoy the video, please subscribe, and like this Tokemi so long to make, and this is the first video of this kind.